my gosh. Alright. There it goes. Alright, here we go. Back at it again. Another hour today. Sweet. Okay. We should have a spawn system going. So we should be able to check this, make sure that this is working by spawn, like setting this as our default spawn. It did not work. See why it didn't work. Get checkpoint dot transform. If spawn equals null, scene controller. So it had a problem here. Null reference exception. Object not set to an instance of an object. Naughty, naughty. Game controller, scene controller. Edit this script. Okay. Alright. Go ahead and close this stuff. So it goes to the spawn controller equals the scene controller get checkpoint dot transform. So this get checkpoint returns a game object, which is the checkpoint. This checkpoint equals checkpoint game manager dot save. Spawn controller, if it equals null, you say null, and this happens on the start. And you go to and it sets this on awake. So this has to exist on awake. This exists on awake. Yeah. Ethan. But this is still saying no go on start. What's up, Ethan? Top fans. I'm gonna hold on, add as moderator. I'm gonna put you as a moderator. You're the #1 fan. Oh, I've got a #1 fan. That's so sick. Okay, I think because this scene, controller is having some issues. It's this guy right here. Oh, it's trying to call. The scene controller should be starting up. Return checkpoint. Checkpoint equals null. So this should be able to give the checkpoint. It's a mono behavior one. Is it because I'm not doing this correctly? Game controller. Game object with tag. You're a mod now. What can you do? Can you here, cancel my, here, do something to my chat. Can you do something to my chat? Can you block my chat? Are you able to moderate? Oh shit! I'm #2. I'm #2 fan. Oh, Did you block that? I can't see that. I can't see those chats. I put idiot. Did it live stinky? It deleted my message. Oh, it took my XP away. No, dude. Oh no. So funny. You you took my chat out. Oh god. All right. Is it because the scene controller is null? I don't know. Hang on, let me refresh this. You deleted all of them, Ethan. It took all my XP away. You just got timed out, buddy. Oh no, that's so messed up. All right, let's see what's. It says no object reference not set to an instance of an object. Spawn controller start at spawn controller 20, which is here. So spawn equals scene controller. Scene controller. Get checkpoint. Where scene controller is find the game object with the tag game controller and get the component scene controller off of that. Which looks right. Game controller. This is why I should be never be a police officer. Yeah, well, now you have the power. I've given it to you. You can abuse it however you want. Well, don't abuse it. If there's actual people in here, don't abuse it. But there's nobody in here. It's just you and me. That's so funny. Oh gosh, my face is bleeding again. Banned. No, don't ban me. Get checkpoint dot transform. Okay, so the game object should be this, and its own transform. I'm not really sure why. Shoot. Scene controller, game object with the tag, and get the component. That should work. Here we go. Let's see if that works. Game controller, it worked. Okay, so I have the scene controller. Are you gonna stream? You making the recording the sound out in public. What? Say that again? Or what do you mean? I think it's the get checkpoint is having some problems. Am I gonna stream whenever I go to record the sounds? Oh, I might. That might be fun to do. If checkpoint equals null. Yeah, that would be fun. I think that would be a cool thing to do. Okay, it worked. Except for the fact that this was way too low. Okay, so you see now I'm spawning in the right spot. So basically what happens is I can now set checkpoints and have the player spawn in a particular place. Okay, that's good. So you can skip puzzles and stuff. Okay, so this got through. Now we do this. So now we say if, you know, this is really dumb. I think what it is, so if temp spawn doesn't equal null, we say spawn equals temp spawn dot spawn that, and then if spawn equals null still, we do the default spawn, otherwise we do the player spawn position. And then this will be set by is spawn controller. Okay, how do I do this again? You should put rain sounds in it to get an idea what the sound is. It's not a bad idea. Okay. Well, let me finish this first. This is important. This is definitely important to get this first. So the way this works, this looks at the checkpoints, and then this will always go to the scene controller to get a checkpoint. If this checkpoint happens to be null, or if it's not null, you get the spawn goes to that checkpoint. Then if the spawn is equal to, if the spawn is blah blah blah. So these are basically the two like functions that set spawn. So you get the temp spawn, which is the game object. If temp spawn doesn't equal null, meaning it's something, spawn becomes that. And then spawn won't be null, so it'll go past this, and then the player position will always go here. And then this is the thing that keeps the checkpoint where it needs to be. So set checkpoint is the function that I'll use to, like I'll put onto spawn points and then have them set their own spawn point. In that case... Okay, so the idea is that like I take this and I add a component and it's a... I'm gonna add a collider to this. Physics. I need to add a collider. 2D box. I need to put collider. 2D box collider. And then I just need to add a script is checkpoint. I'll put checkpoint. Point. Okay, we'll add that. Add component. Edit script. So then 2D collider on collide trigger script. Okay. Okay, here we go. So we copy all this stuff. Come here, push this here, and we'll say private scene controller, and we'll do void, public void. Yeah, I'm gonna put rain actually next, since I have time. Let's see how long we've been streaming. I haven't been streaming for very long. Let's double check. It's been... Well, I don't have any stats. Where's all my stats? 17 minutes. My god. Alright, whatever. Private void awake. Controller equals this stuff. Okay, and then we say controller dot set checkpoint to game. We just say game object. I think that's it. We don't need to stay, but we will do a leave. That's it. I'll come to scene controller and I'll do checkpoint set debug dot log checkpoint set plus checkpoint I'll go ahead and remove that. I don't think I need the on trigger exit. Otherwise it'll be saving multiple times. Alright, so what we do now is we come here, we set this to the default. Scene controller does not exist. Oopsie, sorry. There you go. Okay, so my character will wake up. I should be able to pause as soon as I'm standing up. So pause works, resume works, settings works, quit I think works. So let's go get over to the checkpoint. So I have to get past this point. So the checkpoints will be right here. Oh, crap. It's one of those. Hang on. Checkpoint set. Let's go! But I need my reset to actually work this time now. So what we do is we come back to the title screen, pause, pause, buttons, reset. Reset needs the scene manager here. So I'm gonna go ahead and open this up. I don't know where my scene manager is. It's here, right? Scene controller. So we take the pause menu. This has a do not destroy. This has a do not destroy. So this stuff should technically stay all synced up. So we're gonna grab here, scene controller, and we're gonna say reset. Boop. Okay. Now, let's go set up my reset with my scene controller. So my scene controller should, scene manager, load scene, blah, 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 blah. So it should do a bunch of stuff. So this should actually be, it should call it an enumerator. Fade out, transition, fade in, load checkpoint, start coroutine, fade out scene. Is this ever used? I feel like this is not used. Why is this here? I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of this because I don't think that's used at all. Fade in, fade out, transition, color coroutine. Okay. Since this is called, I'll put that here instead. Okay. Close game. I want to do an I enumerator for both of these. So we'll do an I enumerator on both of these guys. I don't believe I'm allowed. I need to start coroutines for these. So what's going to happen is we're going to make duplicates of them. Set checkpoint. So we're going to say, we're going to make duplicates of these both. We're going to make these voids. Oh shit, sorry, that's not right. Void. Void. And we're gonna make I. Coroutine. Coroutine. Reset coroutine and close game coroutine. Routine. So these coroutines are gonna do all this stuff. These guys are just gonna call it out. So we'll say start coroutine. Coroutine. Start coroutine, and it'll be the reset coroutine. There you go. And then the close game will be the close game coroutine. Start coroutine, close game coroutine. There you go. So now here we get all the cool functionality of coroutines. So we get to do all the cool stuff. I don't know what this is doing. Hi Ethan, welcome back. Transition color coroutine. Okay, so this should be doing the stuff I need it to do. Okay, so I don't ever see this getting used, but I do want to use this. Fade out goes So what I should see is I get to fade out here. We'll do a fade out scene. And then a wait. We need a wait. I don't ever see these used. Yield, return, wait for blah blah blah. Okay. So technically this should have game quit. This is not a game manager. I have the game manager, but what I want is I'm gonna put the game controller in here, and I'm gonna go to scene controller and I'll put coroutine, set coroutine, close game. Some of these are public that shouldn't be public. I guess these are public. They shouldn't be though. I shouldn't be able to do these. Can I do a closed game coroutine? I don't see it. Okay. What is this having trouble with? Not all code paths return a value. I mean, after the quit, that ain't gonna do jack shit. It's gonna close the game, yield return null. I mean, you can try to yield return null there, that's fine. Okay, so the idea is that if I close this, or if I hit quit, okay, I need the pause controller, don't I? I do need the pause controller. Okay, so what we'll do then is we'll come to the scene controller and we'll get the pause controller as well. So I have a copy of the game manager. I have the pause menu. Why do I have the pause menu? Do I use the pause menu at all other than right here? Not really. I do need the pause controller, so I think I'm gonna get rid of this stuff because I don't need this. This is used. I don't think the title screen is used. You've been working on your game too? That's good. I don't think I broke anything by taking that out. Nope. How much progress have you made on your game, buddy? Hang on. I need the game manager too. Fuck. Okay, so this is such a contrived system. So basically, then we need to say if game manager dot paused. If you're paused, then you tell the pause controller to resume, and then you start the coroutine. In both cases. I already did my throwing and holding system because it was too clunky and rigid. It's not really what I wanted, but still, it's a whole lot better. That's good. What about the other parts? What about your your enemies and stuff? Crap. Pause controller does not exist in the current context. Pause controller does not exist in the current context. Okay, pause controller equals game object dot find with tag game controller dot get component pause controller. That's how everybody else does it, man. Is it because you're not a mono behavior? You are mono behavior. I don't need this stuff. I don't need this in particular. I need the other stuff. Oh, where am I? God damn, my hair's short. Let's look. I'm at 32 minutes. Oh, my hair needs some. Oh my gosh. That's good. I want to play your game. You gotta let me play it soon. Fuck. Pause controller does not exist in the current context. Find with tag. Find with tag. Do this on awake. Spelled it wrong. Controller. There you go. Just a spelling error. Like the coals going into the furnace or the bombs when being thrown. I'm working on the item interaction. They are just blocks with different colors right now, but I'm just primarily working on them doing what they're supposed to be doing. I gotcha. Put it in the chat. Let me play it right now. Whoa! What the hell? Where am I? It put me into my tech. What the heck? I still have the pause? What the hell? That was weird. Ooh, wow. Okay, so that didn't really do what I wanted it to do. You're not allowed. The fuck did you? I'll get you, Ethan. How dare you say that to me? That's... Okay. I need to go to my game manager. I need to see my game manager. In control, pause. I'm gonna say not in control anymore. Scene controller. I'll do game manager in control dot false. Excuse me. Set in control. Set. Now the fade out scene isn't really working, is it? Black screen is a private? I haven't set the black screen. That's why. Probably like black screen underscore UI. I'm not really sure. Dot get component raw image. Yo, what the fricky, dude? Stop it. Stop. Okay, let's go look at my black screen. UI black. It's actually UI black. My bad. UI underscore black. Okay. Alright, let's test it. Didn't work. Still resets though. Okay, let's look at what this is doing. Alpha. Then this is alpha, okay. I'm not convinced. that's to be expected. Okay, so it did not get into... It gets here. I believe it does that. Fade out scene. Which is this. Ah! Got it. I need to do start coroutine. Coroutine on the fade out scene. That makes sense. Too fast. Why does it come back? Why does it come back is the question. UI controller, fade raw image, which is the vignette, UI controller. Alright, let me look at the UI controller. make sure they end. Okay. Because what I think is happening. Okay, I know what's happening. Okay, so these are still going on. I need to do a... I need to do like a an equation that says if the average color or the average alpha is close enough to the target, then we can like end the coroutine. I need to do the absolute value of the difference between the blah 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 blah. Okay, got it. So it's gonna be math dot f absolute ABS like that, and it's gonna be the temp dot color, nice original color. Not the R, it's the A. Alpha target. If the absolute value of blank 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 is less than or equal to, that means as they get closer. So let's say my alpha target, my temporary is 0, and then the target is 1. So then I say the temporary minus 1, but absolute value, this is 1. And then as this goes up, it'll become, this is approaching 0. So this has, so now the other way it's 1 to 0, and then I'll subtract this. 1 minus 0 is 1, and then this is approaching 0. So in both cases, it's as they approach 0. 1 minus 0 is 1. 0 minus 1 is negative 1, but it's a positive 1. And then as 0 goes up, so let's say it's 0.5 minus 1, we get 0.5. So we're approaching 0. And in this case, if we go to 0.5 minus 0, yeah, okay. So in both cases, we're trying to bridge the gap to 0. So if we are greater, if we are less than or equal to, let's say the tolerance is 0.0001, say 0.01 like that. That's pretty low for an alpha. I'd say that's like indistinguishable really. Then we say running equals false. We get out, we can jump out of this. So then we do this for the raw image, but we also do this for oh, actually, it's just going to be alpha here. And in both cases, it's going to be alpha. It's the target. As this approaches the target, we say run equals false. We come up here and we put running in here as well. So running goes here. And then we come here and we say and running. If you are, if the last is make a link and then you're running, and you do that. Okay, so now we should see that these stop. Math F. Okay. Try to take the absolute value. Gotcha. Do I need math? I think I might need math. Oh, did that work? Okay, great. Actually, we're gonna pause this because I want to take out the duration, the elapsed, and instead I want to put the calculation. I wish I could T this. Just do this. Okay. So you can see that it stopped. Nice, okay. Okay. So the elapsed becomes kind of redundant. Oh, it didn't kill me. That killed me. That killed me dead. Okay, so scene load. It's gonna be a scene load and then we should do a fade in. Okay. Alright. That should do it, man. What are we at? An hour and 2. Alright. We're set. Okay, we got a reset working. We got fading out, fading in working. There definitely is some code overlap here. There's some duplication. That kind of sucks. But okay, so like basically what's happened is it appears as though the scene controller and the title screen, these two things are like and the UI controller. These three things are like in conflict with each other. So see this UI controller, this has got like a fade out coroutine raw image. This has got a fade coroutine TMP. See this right here, fade to black. Is this using that? Is this using that? No. None of this is using that. Yeah, this is doing its like own thing. That's what sucks. It's kind of like I've got duplicate code here. This is helpful because it's got utility, but technically what I should be doing is using this fade to black in my other script. It should be doing this. Fade raw image, fade TMP, and then fade to black, and then a fade in. Both of these do what this wants to do. So technically I should call the UI controller instead of having this do all of that. Oh, I know why. Okay. Doesn't matter. I'm past time here. So I'll be seeing you guys in the next one, but we're going to fix that next. The scene controller needs to use the UI controller as the way to access the black screen. So instead of accessing the black screen directly with the scene controller, I need to use it through the UI controller. That's my bad. Okay, anyways, I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a good night. Bye.